8 Tips for Hosting a Successful Webinar. A webinar is a live internet-based video or audio seminar that links the host of the webinar to an audience. Webinars should be a significant part of your online marketing mix. They have the power to bring in new potential customers, along with helping you to engage with your audience in a more personal way. People love in-person events, and a webinar is about as close as you can get to having an in-person event without actually having one. Identify your objectives. Before you host a webinar, figure out your objectives. You want to develop your email list, present something new, market a product or something else? Have one main objective for each webinar you host. Point 2. Determine your audience and topic. Who are your audience? What are their wants, fears, and needs? Once you recognize that, you'll have an easier time choosing a topic or creating a product on which to base your webinar. Point 3. Choose the best technology to suit you. You can host a webinar for free. Google Hangouts and YouTube Live are free webinar tools that you can use for streaming video online. There are also paid versions that you can use. Test your webinar software before you go live. Practice your webinar so that you know the software thoroughly, for both your perspective and the perspective of your participants. Point 4. Establish deadlines. Set a date for your webinar and then work your way backwards, planning the tasks to do in your calendar that must be done. Note what has to be done and who is going to do it. Use outsourcing for the things that you know you'll need someone to do. Point 5. Plan ahead using the deadlines. Make your plans ahead of time so that you can work through each thing that needs to be done before the webinar date. This planning will be useful to help you host the webinar smoothly. Point 6. Consider joint ventures. Joint ventures are short-term partnerships that end after one specific project. One of the best ways to build your webinar audience is to share resources with other people. Join up with people who market to your audience. Point 7. Whet their appetite. Giving your audience a sneak peek before the webinar is a great way to whet their appetite. For example, if you're having various guests on your webinar, throw out a quick video in advance of the webinar to let people know who will be live on the webinar. Point 8. Be yourself. Webinars let your one-of-a-kind personality shine through. Be yourself, and not only will you feel more comfortable giving the webinar, but your interaction with your attendees in the future will be more authentic.